How big of a challenge are Tom Bahali and Justin Houston to kind of make sure you know where they're at all times?
Well, knowing where those guys are, Ali and Houston, you got to know. They're great football players. They're some of the best guys in the league, and we're going to have to do a great job of slowing them down.
You're going to see Ron Parker out there. What are your memories of camp last year in that group of corners you were throwing out with all the different guys who were out there?
Well, Ron Parker's been playing great for them. You can definitely see it on film. He's played corner, he's played safety, he can do it all, and so it'll be exciting to go against him just because he's a great football player, and he's got a lot of talent. And we had so many guys here. It's tough to make it here, but I thought that he's playing extremely good football right now.
Did you get a sense going against that group in camp last year that there was kind of an unusual amount of talent with them? Kind of all the guys you have now, plus Browner, Thurman, Winfield, all those guys.
Yeah, you think about all the talent we had this past camp, and the times before. We've had so much talent at the cornerback position, and then obviously we've had some guys go to different teams and be very, very successful. And when you look at Ryan Parker, that's what he's doing for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Forecast is for pretty cold temperatures. You've played, obviously, in bad weather before. How's it different to playing cold as opposed to rain?
In terms of the cold weather, they got so many heaters on the sideline. You got the gloves, you got the little heat pack in your pocket there, so it'll be all right. I know it'll be cold. The question is how the ground will be, how the grass will be, if the ground will be frozen or not, depending on how cold it is. That's kind of the thing that you have to get prepared for, and make sure that you get your traction and making sure that you have your balance and everything you do.
Does it affect your ability to grip the ball at all?
Not really. I have such big hands, in terms of gripping the football. It's not usually a problem ever.
Russell, for your last 5 games, you've had a passer rating under 80. You missed some throws you typically make over the last couple of weeks. How do you kind of evaluate how you've played over this stretch, and where are you lacking at the moment currently?
Well, I think my accuracy's been a little bit off for whatever reason, and just I keep believing in myself. I'm not going to doubt myself. I've played a lot of great football at times, and I just believe every time I get the ball in my hands, I'm going to make something happen. That's never going to change. My confidence never wavers. And sometimes you go through a downward slump, but as long as you can find ways to win, that's all I care about. Is finding ways to help our football team win. And then once I get back in my groove, which hopefully it'll happen this week, I think it's going to be really hard to stop us because of how our defense is playing, how Marshawn is running the football, and so there's been a lot of opportunities. That's the good thing. There's been a lot of opportunities that we could have capitalized on, and we haven't. I think some of that's on me, and I look forward to those moments again. Whenever they come back up, I believe that those game-altering plays I'm going to make.
You've talked before about footwork being one of the main culprits. Do you find that still being the case?
I think sometimes. I think some of the times it's been footwork, and sometimes maybe just rushing just a little bit too fast. And I think that one of my strengths is just being poised in certain times. And I think that I just have to always go back to that, being calm as possible, and just being smooth as possible, and making those throws and just hitting it when it's there.
Russell, when you have consecutive running plays, whether it's scramble or by design, is it if the third play is a pass, is it a little harder to compose yourself after the running and the hitting?
No, I don't think so. I don't think about it, at least. I don't think it makes a difference in terms of, obviously, I've had to run the ball a few more times than normal, and in terms of does it affect the passing game? I don't think so. I do think your adrenaline is going a little bit more. And so you have to naturally, and I've done this, ever since I was a young kid. I've been able to scramble and do all that, so I think that I'm used to it. But one thing that you have to kind of figure out and make sure that is just stay calm and stay poised, and I think that's part of it, because your adrenaline's running so high from running around from all those big guys. So when you get back out there, every play's a new play for me, and that's what I'm looking forward to this week.